Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time. Um, I don't know. I've just been not involved with YouTube, I feel like. But I just wanted to hop on here and like talk just like openly. I mean, I literally look like shit. So like, hey, at least my nails match my scrunchie, I guess. I don't know. Um, yeah, I just wanted to like hop on here and talk because I just feel like I'm like going through it a little bit, I feel like. And when I'm going through it in regards to like trans things, I feel like this is like my outlet. Um, and I feel like this is the place that like I can share those thoughts. And like out of everybody in my life, like you guys will get it, if that makes any sense. I mean, there's 11,000 of you. So hopefully, maybe one or two people will understand where I'm coming from. Um, just like lately, and by lately, I mean like literally maybe like the past like a week or so, I've just been feeling like a little off. And honestly, more than anything, like gender dysphoria, which sounds like so fucking intense. Okay, guys, I know. But if you're trans, you've experienced it. You know what I mean? And so I haven't posted a video like this in like quite a while. I'm actually like pulling up on my old videos because there's one video in particular that really sticks out to me, where it was one of the most emotional videos I have ever posted. No, it probably is the most emotional video I've ever posted on my YouTube. And I just remember sitting there being like so raw and so real and so just like genuine with my thoughts and expressions and emotions about gender dysphoria. And I was like really going through it. And I want to say that was like a couple years ago. So it's like, I guess we're doing pretty okay. I don't know. I just feel like I want to just like vocalize what I'm feeling because I think, yeah, it was exactly 2 years ago I posted it. It was a 16-minute video and gender dysphoria, asterisk, emotional, like, bitch, shut the fuck up, you're so annoying. But lately I've just been like feeling like really bad gender dysphoria. And I don't know like what that comes from or where the is or like why I'm feeling it now. But I also feel like it's super easy to like observe from the outside in, or like from the outside on like Instagram or fucking YouTube, which is really like the one, like, I don't know, you guys like have followed me for so long, you know? And so I think it's easy just to like have a different perception, you know? But lately I've just been feeling like really gender dysphoric, and it's been really like difficult, I feel like. I just haven't felt the best or like the most feminine or the most like put together, and it's been like really difficult. And it just like can get triggered out of like nowhere, I feel like literally out of nowhere. And that's so difficult because I feel like at this point in my transition, like it's been literally like 7 years. It's been 6 years I've been on hormones, 7 years. I've gotten my body done and I've gotten injections and I've gotten my nose done and I've been on hormones for a long time and I've gotten laser and I've grown out my hair and I get my nails done and my lashes and skincare and fucking makeup and like all of this shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, why sometimes like when you look in the mirror, like why do you not see what is supposed to be there? Does that make sense? And so I don't know. This one specific situation just happened to me. And I actually just got off the phone and was like crying to one of my lifelong friends, and I haven't really like vocalized from this experience like what had happened or anything. And genuinely, like, I didn't think it affected me that bad, but when I was just like talking to her about it, I definitely like broke down a little bit, which is like kind of embarrassing, to be honest. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. And like this probably is gonna sound like nothing to other people, you know, but like to me it holds like a significance. And so I was out of town, right? If you follow me on Instagram, you know I was just like in Atlantic City. Random, I know, but it was my boyfriend's parents have a place there. And so I was in Atlantic City. We went with a couple friends and we were up there, and we like went out to this bar one night, right? It was like we got there like Wednesday, it was like Thursday night. We went out to this bar. And so I didn't know what we were doing and like where we were going, so I wore this like little black like strapless dress. It was like kind of casual but kind of not casual, with just like sneakers and like a bag, and like my hair was done and my makeup was done, whatever, because I didn't know if we were going to a club, if we were going to a casino, if we were going out to a dive bar. Like I had no idea, so I just kind of like dressed for the occasion, I guess, which like normally anyway, I'm not even getting into it. Shut up. So I was wearing this outfit and I went into the bathroom, right? I had to go pee. And so I'm also not editing this. Like, I'm just gonna fucking talk and I'm just gonna put it up, and like I don't have the mental bandwidth to edit this. Like, I'm sorry if shit just comes out like fucked up or something, I don't know. But anyway, and so I was in the bathroom and there was this like young girl like my age, right? And so she was in there and she was like vaping in the bathroom because like you couldn't vape in the bar or something, I don't know. And so I complimented her on her sweatshirt. She was wearing like cute little jeans and like little sweatshirt and little sneakers, whatever. And I was talking to her and I complimented her, and I remember I was like washing my hands, and like we both were standing by the sink, right? And so and I like looked in the mirror and she was like little and short and petite and like cute and like the hyper feminine type of body build, you know? And I looked in the mirror and I just looked so tall and so broad and so big and just like so non-feminine is the word I'm going to use. And so that's how I felt that I looked, right? Especially in comparison to this person. So I felt super anxious and super shitty, honestly. Like I just felt shitty about myself. And I don't know, it was just like a difficult thing. And then she started talking to me about like her gay best friend, and she started talking to me about this fucking drag queen bar and drag brunch and whatever, and her gay best friend's so cool and it's so fun and she's blah blah blah. And I was like just like being nice, obviously, and just like absorbing what I was feeling, because it was definitely difficult and I definitely wasn't sober, so it was more difficult to even like maneuver the way that I was feeling. But I was like in my head, I was like, damn, I'm like experiencing this like level of gender dysphoria physically, but then mentally I'm also trying to process the fact that like this bitch is talking to me about like LGBTQ related shit only because she clocked me and she can tell that I'm trans, and that's why she's talking to me about this. You know, like she wouldn't be discussing these things if she couldn't tell that I was trans. And so that's a hard pill to swallow, you know? It's difficult because like you can dedicate years and years and years and years to your life. I know I've been transitioning for 7 years, hormones for 6. Like I have done everything in my power to be as passable as humanly possible. And it sucks because when you try to work so hard for something and you don't feel like you're succeeding is really difficult. And it's confusing. It's really confusing and frustrating because it's like, why do I not like want to kill it? You know what I mean? Like, why do I not feel like I'm killing it? Why do I not feel like I'm like amazing. You know, like, why do I not feel like I am doing as well as other dolls? Or why do I not feel like I'm not more passable? And so I think this is maybe something that trans women go through. Or maybe it's like specific to fucking me. Like, bitch, it's been a long ass time. Pull your shit together. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And it like comes and it goes. Like, obviously it hasn't been this insane since like a couple years ago, you know? And so, and it's not even that it's like overwhelmingly insane right now. I'm just like filming this to be like open and honest and genuine because I'm assuming that it happens to other trans women even at like later parts in their transition. And um it's just like the realization that it's like something that you're never going to get away from, you know? um I will forever always be trans. I will forever always, you know, have to acknowledge where I came from. I will forever always have to deal with getting clocked here and there, or people calling me out, or people not understanding, or people being disrespectful, or people misgendering, or people being mean, you know? And that's a whole other topic that isn't like necessarily related to this situation, but it's just like coming to the realization that like that's always something that I'm gonna have to deal with. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard thing to like come to terms with, that like no matter what I do, I will always be trans, and that will always be my reality. And it just gets to a point where it's like, is this just like an uphill battle, you know? Um, and there's just one girl that I follow on social media, right? And she's trans. I'm not gonna like say her name or whatever. I follow all the dolls, but that's here nor there. And so she has gotten bottom surgery, and she's gorgeous. I think she's beautiful. And she got bottom surgery. She's like living her best cunty fucking life in like LA or whatever. And she talks about getting called out for being trans when she's dating guys, even though she's gotten bottom surgery, and she looks so passable, and I think she's so beautiful and, you know, has done so much for herself. You know, I've followed her for a long time. And so the fact that like I can look at someone like that and that I think is so gorgeous and so beautiful and so feminine and has gotten bottom surgery and whatever, like that was her route and that's what she did for like herself and her soul. But like people are still calling her out for being trans at clubs. Guys are still calling her out for being trans. And it's like, I think that must be even, you know, more difficult, because that must be even more of a mind fuck, because it's like you get bottom surgery and then you're still dealing with everything, you know? And so I don't know. I don't think that there's like an answer to it, you know? And sometimes it's just good to like vent, and be open and honest and real and raw. And it's like embarrassing. Like it's embarrassing to set up a fucking camera and talk about like emotional shit that you're going through. Of course it is. And I do think that I keep like a lot of shit private, more so than I once did, maybe. I don't know, I've always been pretty private on here with like a bunch of shit. But like this is something that I feel like this is why I built my channel. This is why I made this channel, you know, is to talk to other girls like me and other women like me and people that get it. And I don't want this video for people that haven't transitioned yet or in the early stages of their transition. I don't want it to come across like discouraging, that like even years down the road you're not going to be maybe feeling 100% 24/7, but it's not human nature to feel 100% 24/7. And so I think that it can become like a difficult thing, you know? And so that's like where I'm at. And my friend on the phone, she goes, because I wasn't really going to vocalize this. I was just going to like process it internally and be done with it, you know? Like I was going to take in the emotions that I'm feeling, acknowledge it, process it, move on, and just like those are the options you have. You know what I mean? Like you don't have a lot of options in this situation. So like, what are you gonna do? And so, I was talking to her and she goes, you can't compare yourself to other people. Like you can't, you can't like compare yourself to other people. And that goes for anybody. She's like, you know, you are comparing yourself to some short little petite genetic cis female. And sometimes she's like, you could go out in the real world and meet women that are cis genetically born females that are taller than you and broader than you or bigger than you. And I get that, and that's true. I mean, comparison is the thief of joy, you know? So like, if you can take one thing from that, take that. I just got to start living by it, right? Right. And so I just, she's right. She is. And then I said to her, I said, you know, when you're transitioning, at least my goal, and I think a lot of girls' goals, is to be as passable as possible, to feel as feminine as possible, to be as like just not be seen as trans. I feel like that's, you know, one of the goals. Not that there's anything wrong with being viewed as trans, but like obviously that isn't the goal as to why you transition, you know? And so, but I said, when you go to transition, if that's like your goal and that was mine, you are consistently comparing yourself to other people. Always. Always, always, always. You are taking the cis genetically born female and you are doing everything in your power to become as similar to that as possible in order to feel fulfilled, in order to like live a life that isn't like, oh my god, that's a man in a wig. You know what I mean? So you're consistently comparing yourself to that, and you're consistently holding yourself to a standard of like society's cis beauty standards. And I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that's part of the reason that it's like it's consistently always comparing yourself to other people, and you can't always do that. And it's probably not the healthiest thing, but I think that's also kind of like the reality. Am I wrong? Like, is that something that you guys do? Is it not? Like, what's up? Because I don't fucking know. And so, I don't know. That's just like where I'm at. And honestly, my goal is to just like I need to stop comparing myself to other people. So that's like one takeaway from this like little TED talk we have going on here. And you know, just like accept it, and do just like what makes me happy. And that's what I've always preached on this channel. And I've always said, do what makes you happy. And I've always said, like, be genuine and live in your own little reality and like live for yourself and not give a fuck what other people think. And I've said that a bunch of times. And then I typically follow that up with, it's easier to give advice than take it, right? And so, I don't know. But that's just like where I'm at. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video. It just kind of felt good to like vent a little bit, because it's not something that like people understand, and it's not something that like, yes, I talk to like a lot of trans girls on fucking social media and stuff, and a lot of trans girls watch my YouTube, and we'll talk on Instagram, and we kind of keep up on each other's lives and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't really have like a good trans girlfriend that I can just like sit with and vent about this stuff to. And so I think that's like difficult, and I think that's why I end up like turning to this, which makes me literally look like a loser. Like I'm literally a fucking loser for like only being able to like film a fucking YouTube video and post it about being emotional. But it's also like at the same time, that's like the reality, you know? And so that's what I've kind of always done over the past couple years, and you guys have followed me through a lot, so I just feel like being as transparent as possible is, you know, what I can do and I'm good at doing. I don't know. I look like shit. So anyway, it's been 20 minutes of me just like ranting. If this goes up, we'll see. Lots of love. Subscribe, follow, comment. I don't even know. That fucking shit just seems so like annoying to say right now because it's like so not the video for that. But I gotta go. I need to go take a hot shower, I think. And yeah, well, lots of love. Thanks for like watching. If you got to the end, fucking, you're a real one, is what you are. Lots of love. I'm gonna go shower and be done with this. Maybe upload it, maybe not. I don't know. If I upload it, just know I didn't actually watch it. Because I'm gonna be too embarrassed to watch it. So, yep. Okay, bye.